What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've gotta be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys!
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Typically, I don't believe in this stuff, but even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit you're talking about is true.
I don't quite remember. Oh yeah, they discovered the letter. But it's real. What do you think I saw?
Hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Don't bother. Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand and stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed. I saw a ghost. Probably lost a sale. Got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. Got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends don't believe me. They think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache at the back of my head, begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give it attention right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group...
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home. And hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die out on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Indeed, Zach.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call me this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's acquiescing gestures, acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they did. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless. So careless. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. Nah. I mean, if I was there, I'd stay for the movie. Ain't no way I'm leaving. Any other day, I'll excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach. Something he worked hard on to bring to life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with the few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. Indeed, you have got a point there. And what if the thing is in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me. There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zack. A smile is back on my face when I look back up at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
What happened, John? This time I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenged has its perks too.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Oh, don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that, the same question likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? Who knows? I'll try asking about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food, I promise.
But you'll miss it!
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulder, then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about, some still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside. Ash, catch him. Oh, he came back.
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Oh. Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zack's the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. What the movie is this? I bet it's not. Whatever, let's move on. Now the film's just serving as a background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'll get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think I did something that offended her earlier. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he didn't believe in these things? Why is he in the conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zack. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zack.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
Ah, my man Zack coming through.
You do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
There are very few times in my life when I wish my There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. Can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, but since Scaredy Cat here mentioned curses, not that I'm saying this is one because that's nigh improbable, you'd probably benefit more from someone like Andrew. The stuff you're saying is still really hard to believe. But talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things. At best, he'll let you see things from a different perspective, and probably put your fears to rest, since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too, however. What Zach also suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me, and they're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
I had to choose again? Come on, man. Well, you know, what we saw there was definitely a ghost, right? So priest would make sense, right? But fuck it. I'll go with the priest anyway.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zach's idea?
Oh no, wait, what? I don't want to. Fuck. I didn't say, but the member made a choice. God damn it. Fuck. Okay.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around. I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. You're not even paying attention yourselves.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash's the only one who should be reprimanding. But her attention is already back on the screen. Damn. Must be a really good movie, eh? She's ignoring us again. But because acting the way she is right now, there's a big chance something's nagging her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after. The kind you can only share with the people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag. If only for a few hours. Okay, yeah. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling, full of people. Those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in this sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxbourne. I was afraid too, at one point, back when I was new and I had just set foot in the place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash, who knows, he never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to his friend's frustration. Although he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
God damn it.
Huh?
Shut up. Don't want to do nothing with you. Shut up! A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning. My chest tightening, breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading even as I clench my eyes tight and claps my hand over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering, calling out.
No, not me.
Somebody.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
God damn it, I'm cursed. Shit, boy. Let's look at the relationships. Okay, so what? So Zachary is up. Rebecca is down for some reason. Come on, man. Ashton is up. Maria is through the roof. Holy shit, that's cool. Okay. Wait, Isabella. So we are going to play as these characters later? Is that what it is? I don't know. At her voice, the whole world suddenly slaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... Okay, sorry. I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance at the far end of the street, where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be peering at me. Nothing. There's only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked our ride home. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yo, peace out, dudes.
Yeah, see ya.
Another glance, and with a final wave, we go off on our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what will help me sleep tonight, And if this is what will help me sleep tonight, what will give back that normalcy, then so be it. Saturday. Damn, so all that happened in one day. That's cool. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in without warning. I'm falling. My eyes snap open. Damn, look at that Zubat. Kind of Zubat. It's cool. There's cup noodles all over the place. It's old ass television. Come on. It's 2017. Now what else is there in the room? Let me look. Some laptops and shit, more cup noodles. It's 5 a.m. Damn, that's early. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders are aching from me having fallen asleep all hunched up on the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning sunlight streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxborn, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but more like the pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is
At
it?
5 p.m. I mean a.m. It says right there. Come on. Habit forces me to look over the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. Triple dot. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Towel? Where's my towel?
Oh, dude, it's 5 a.m. How the fuck is that oversleeping? Or is it p.m.? I don't know. Admittedly, it's a weekend, and has an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. Indeed, it does. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened. Oh lord. 1 box of donuts as peace offerings won't be enough the second time round. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first, my mind conflicted whether I should just ignore or answer it. What if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device. That just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. Why doesn't she just throw it away? The caller ID reads Mama.
Huh?
It's around 4:45 in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt. What the fuck is a lilt? Is it a Pokemon? There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I can do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is to not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand. But Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she's a family of her own. And, well, 8 Ann's financial... What the fuck is 8? Is it a name or something? 8 Ann's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. And from the way Mama's voice hitches, she also doesn't want to bring it up.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rest on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, Accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of living day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I think the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie. Yet look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition for the next semester, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Kailan ka uwi. They're Filipino or something, probably. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the sole person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, I still can't give them a straight one. Smile through. I smile though Mama can see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the end, the sort of gates opening, the voice of a child. EJ, talking excitedly about his day at school. The taping of feet on the floorboard as he runs. It's been years since I went home. It's been years since I went home, but I can still put... Huh? नहीं फेंकना नहीं है फ्रिज में रखना. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him again? How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him again that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear.
I love you. Bye.
Right in the fields. So much emotion. It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away from my head the thoughts of beginning to swim inside. But it's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt, Mama forgot to say something.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
It's Rose.
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if...
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There's the telltale of several feet shuffling against the wooden floor and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone to my bed and finish my shower in record time. Briar Realty office. I make it to the office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled, and out of breath. A feat if I take into account my usual travel time. Routine, clamor, come into Briar Realty Corporation's Luxborn office. Greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing at sporadic intervals. Agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees?
Well, he seems like a nice guy.
What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice!
My boss's own words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is, half their workload is being shifted to all available staff, so as to not lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, it means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this, indeed, is a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
One after another, she thrusts a bunch of paperwork into my hand without explanation. A page flutters. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean back down to pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase sale agreement. Rose simply gestures a thumb towards our visitor lounge when I tilt my head in question. So the thing got sold. There, seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before, the Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She sweats at my hand tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are light with something akin to joy. She wants the sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed yet, documents need to be signed still, but the elation is there. Along with a foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house.
That seems fishy. I bet they are related to the ghost in some way or another.
I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madam Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
All the more suspicious.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible. I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend?
Rose nods.
I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive the hefty commission. After all, nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she left me. In fact, having the boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood, much to the entire office's relief. Madam Hannah calls me over the moment she notices my presence in the lounge door. She welcomes me with a bright smile, her movements more open than what one will typically expect from a passing client to have.
Oh, Isabel! How are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday. Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hannah skips through each of them with a scrutinizing eye, checking for any inconsistencies and errors. Right, I think... Is the letter going to pop up again? Despite the unassuming impression she gives off, she appears fully aware of what to look for and the process that goes on into contracts like these. It is surprising, to be quite honest. I haven't pegged her for someone who is well versed in these things. Yet here she is. She shows some of it to her husband, and he responds with the same passive interest, as if he's more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it's purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they're buying, or he simply finds such paperwork tedious. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Madam Hannah claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then? Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there."
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it. Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am. Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts. It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Indeed.
Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something into both of our hands and winks, a finger laced to her lips, demanding our silence.
I know both of you worked hard on getting us this beautiful mansion.
Oh my god, it's money.
Did I mention we reward our people generously? But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this. Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly like this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. You can do that, yes? Here's her contact. Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that. Transaction over and done with. My mind's still reading after they've left. Other agents will kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations. No sudden change of minds. Just talk. Signatures, a few handshakes, and then we're done. The other part. A second ago, we sold the haunted property to two innocent clients. Although something tells me they're not so innocent and they know about it. And that's why they bought it in the first place. It's just a hunch. I don't know. Could be wrong. Probably wrong. Sure, the commission is big. Big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodle diets for months. I don't even have to go back to the mansion. As well, once the deal's been closed. Much to my sanity's relief. So we still do have to go back to the mansion once, right? That's where it will go down. If you know what I mean. But knowing something's in there and we gave it to the But knowing something's in there and we gave it to the good couple despite that. Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa wouldn't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell them the next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, they're something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Memorable is an understatement.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in closer to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Yeah, practically.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
Did she just invite herself?
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of BRC's top agents, regardless of how modest she appears. A saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned eventually. I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me of a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet-to-be-fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further. But perhaps it is where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience in our respective lives. Goals we both let us pass us by. What? Of goals we both let us pass by. Because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion.
How the fuck is Mark?
Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows?
At the mansion, you say? He's probably dead. I won't count. He's probably dead.
Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
Alright, bye. She throws a casual wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. A lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by chatter of fellow agents also heading out for a much needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out, but oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one can consider taking an instant noodle cup from my pantry, packing your lunch. Time to make good on the promise I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash too.